Hello worms. This isn't going to be such a fun video, I'm afraid. For the last few weeks I've still been watching Jimmy Snow's content and I really like it, and he's doing a lot of positive work for marginalised communities. And as soon as you put yourself in front of the lens and perform and it's not performative, but it's a performance. I hope you know the difference between that. Getting up in public and providing information is important regardless of how it comes across. And some people don't like the way he puts things across. But I think he's doing a valuable job. And I wanted to post a video yesterday saying I don't hate Jimmy Snow and I don't want him to be deplatformed, because I don't. I really don't. And I'm concerned that the video that I put up about him is contributing to wiping him off the face of the earth. You know, wiping him off the face of YouTube anyway. And I don't want to see that happen. I know there's a lot of people who want to cancel him, but I don't. And I feel like yesterday I just thought, what kind of a hypocrite am I? Saying things about him that are negative and yet still watching. And then I had to come to the conclusion that I meant well, but the amount of people who have now watched my videos and put my numbers up, and it's gotten into the conversation, all the horrible things that the people are saying about Jimmy, which I don't support that at all, and I just don't want to be part of the conversation anymore. I don't. Like I said, I was going to say this yesterday. I was going to post some more drama videos because I've got theories about people in the art community, but I was thinking I don't have a right to go around and spread gossip. I'm not that kind of person. I don't believe in bullying. I never have done. Excuse me. I should have got some water. I don't like water. I don't like the taste of water. I'm permanently dehydrated. So yes, adding to the hate fire. I feel really bad about that, and I felt bad about that for the last few days, because when I was watching his content and he was talking about Wyoming, and he does that. He does let people know what shit there is going on in the world, because I didn't know about it, and I just thought, bloody hell, you know. And so yeah, he was doing a call to arms for that, which is great. And he wasn't trying to put himself in the centre of that. He wasn't trying to say, yeah, it's just me that's doing this. He said there were other people doing it as well, and he was just, you know, adding his voice to it as a public figure, and I really appreciate that. So I don't want to see him cancelled. I really don't. I believe that he means well, and communicating isn't easy for us autistic people, and I'm really, really sorry that you felt hurt by, and I think it was my video, because it was clearly around about the seven minute mark into your video, Jimmy. You said about people who are small creators who have suddenly got a lot of numbers from talking about this, and my stomach just dropped. I thought, oh fuck, you know. And then it's just like this wave of guilt hit me, and I thought, he must be watching all of these videos, and I'm really sorry. And I know you're probably going to be watching this one, and I am really, really sorry. I think in any other circumstances we probably would have made good friends, because I believe in a lot of what you do too. And so I don't want to cry, because people are going to think this is fake, and it's really not. I just watched your video, Jimmy, and I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. For the last week or so, I've seen my subscriber numbers gone up and my views have gone up, and then every time I look, it's this video that I put up about you, and I feel really bad about that. I felt good that the numbers were going up. Just me and you, we like our numbers, don't we? But it's a Pyrrhic victory, isn't it? If you're making money, well, not making money, I'm not monetized yet, and I probably won't be now, because I was probably going to lose half of my subscribers, the ones that were on the anti-Jimmy brigade. You lot are all just going to fuck off now. I know. I'm going to have to live with that. I don't want to be famous if it means tearing other people down and adding to bile and hatred. And yeah, I probably do have some internalised ableism. I do feel like I've given up on the world, and I don't expect it to change, because I'm 50 and I'm just exhausted. I don't know if I could be an activist. I've battled with courts to get my disability benefits. I saw that as an activism, because my therapist at the time said, I said, I don't want to do this anymore. I said, I've got a husband, I don't need his money. And she said, if you're not going to do it for you, do it for the other people. And I'm going to make a video about the amount of people who suffered as a result of their disability benefits getting cut. That's what I want to be an activist about. But there is a famous saying that the unreasonable man being able to change the world. I can't remember the entire quote. But as soon as you get involved with activism of any sort, you're going to have bricks and stones thrown at you. And you're going to have people who don't like you and they tell you this and that, and you're a hypocrite, and they're going to try and get into your personal life and stuff like that. I don't want to see Jimmy's personal life being dragged through them. I don't want his abusers brought in to rile up. Just leave him alone. Leave him alone, okay? He's apologised, and I think he's done it in a really heartfelt and honest way. And now I'm apologising too for just thinking of myself, for just thinking of the dopamine hit I'm going to get from the numbers, for thinking that if they go up any more, then I should be able to make some money, because I need money. You know, I am quite privileged that I live in a nice house with a husband, but I am reliant on him for pretty much everything, apart from my DWP, which is basically going to pay off my student loan still. And so yeah, I'm afraid I did let the numbers and the money sway me a bit, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And if you want to unsubscribe, I'll still be here for people who want to talk about disability and ADHD and things like that. But I'm not going to be a drama channel. I've decided that now. It's just not worth it. It's not who I am. It's not who I want to be. I'm sorry that I even brought it up. In my mind, I was reacting to something that I thought was going to harm other people who are autistic, who aren't public figures. And because I've seen stories where people who have got ADHD and things do stupid things, like drunk driving and stuff like that, and it gets brought up. And so I've seen a lot of things, and maybe it's the press's fault for maybe making that conversation legitimised, that people are blaming the ADHD. Maybe they're not. Maybe that's just what I've read and I've misinterpreted it. Maybe that's sunk into my brain now, and that is the narrative now, that if someone in the public eye does or says something, and they mention that they're autistic or ADHD or manic depressive or anything like that, that people automatically think that's a get out of jail free card. And I probably got that from reading newspapers and watching TV, and probably not watching the nicest bits of TV and newspapers. But I think it was, at the time, it wasn't just that the media have put this idea in my head that I can't use this as an excuse. It's that I have had so many friendships fail, and I've had to have a look at myself and say, is this something I've done? or is it that they don't understand me? And I find it really difficult to make friends, Jimmy, and I think if we met each other, we'd probably just kind of go and look at each other because we couldn't think of anything to say. But the thing is that I struggle out in the real world too, and I'm often thinking about, is this something I've said, is this something I've done, or is this the other person? And it's such a complicated dialogue for me to have. My inner dialogue spins out of control, and I get so anxious that I don't even bother going out anymore. And so I don't know whether to blame myself or whether to blame ableism in other people. So yeah, it all gets mixed up inside. I think other people's ableism maybe has been soaking into me for this long. Like I said, I am 50. Don't forget, when I was being brought up, this kind of thing was never ever talked about. When I was 8 years old, I remember at junior school, people using the hard R and other things as insults to people, and they still do. And it's a bit sad, really, that after all this time, people still don't grow out of it. And I don't like playground bullying of any description, and to think that I've added something, that I've contributed towards that, I don't think I can't live with that, and I'm really sorry. And yeah, I need to have a good long look at myself. I mean, I have had a good long look at myself the last few days because I've been working out what my next video is going to be about, and then I saw your apology video, Jimmy, and I'm going to talk to you directly because I am genuinely sorry. And I might, if you want to, I can send you an email and explain it in more detail privately. And I'm not going to make anything of that. I won't bring that to the table. I think, sometimes I wondered whether if we could collaborate, because I love your take on religion. I love your filthy sense of humour. It always makes me laugh because I've got no filter as well. And when I'm doing improv and that, filthy jokes will sort of slip in, and people will look at me and say, give me an odd look, like that's just not appropriate. So, but it's like, it's appropriate for me at the time, but like that's the problem, isn't it? If it's appropriate for me at the time, and I think that's why I made that video. And I probably shouldn't have kind of like made what I thought was appropriate at the time. Maybe I should have thought about the implications of it all. I didn't realise that it was going to be such a hot shoe issue, really. I didn't realise it was going to, I didn't realise that the hate was going to be so much towards you. And I think I might have to have a look at my own internalised ableism, you're right. But what I will do is I will stop posting hate videos criticising other creators. I've got no right to. Because, like you said, there are people on the other side of the screen. And as soon as you start criticising them, people will take that and run with it, and then they will find any other low and downright disgusting thing that they can get you with. I wouldn't want that happening to me, and I don't want that happening to you. So I'm going to bow out of the drama now, because I just feel disgusted with myself, frankly. I do. I'm not videoing this outside because I've got a fresh tattoo and I don't want to get sunburn. Yeah, I feel really sick with guilt, actually. I'm old enough to know better. I really am. I'm old enough to know better. So I'm sorry. And if there's any of my viewers now who want to take issue with me, go and join the other channels that are carrying on with this shit if you want to. But I'm bowing out, I'm done. I don't want to make people unhappy. And the last few videos of the Sometimes show that I watch all the way through to the end, mind, I can see him struggling. I can see it sort of like he's not all there, and his voice was catching, and I know he was trying to work while suffering mentally. I could tell that. I've got empathy too, and I just looked at him and I thought, how can I, like, this was even before the apologies videos, how can I live with being part of the stuff that's against him? And I'm sorry, and I won't make any videos about any other content creators now, cross my heart. I'm just going to leave that to other people who care about numbers and money more than I do, because it's just not worth it. Okay, so yeah, there it is. If you've watched all the way to the end, can you drop a heart emoji in the comments? Thank you, it means a lot. I'm going to lose subscribers, I'm going to lose views. I'm just going to have to live with that, that's fine. I can live with that more than I can live with myself at this point. Thank you for subscribing. If you've subscribed for other content, if you've subscribed for the Jimmy Snow content, that's it. There isn't going to be any more, so you might as well sod off. Okay, I'm going to go now because I need to blow my nose, and I don't want to do this in front of the camera because you know, it's not a good look, and I need another cup of coffee. I had just literally stopped watching Jimmy Snow's apology video. I just thought I couldn't. I didn't want to walk away and write a script. I didn't want it to come across as. I mean, I think he was right writing a script for this one, because there are so many things that I want to say that I could have said, but I wanted to say it while it was still fresh and while the conversation was still going on, so that I can hopefully halt any more hatred and misunderstanding in its tracks. And so I didn't want to wait. I just wanted to get this out now. I wanted to make it clear how I feel about this and how sorry I am that I've contributed towards somebody else's mental problems. I don't want to do that, and I'm really sorry. And if you're watching this, Jimmy, leave a message below. You can ping me on Instagram. I think my Instagram links is in somewhere, and I would love to collaborate with you. I know this sounds daft. I would, because I think there's lots of things to talk about with autism. You might not even want to go there, and if you do, that's completely fine. I also want to talk about queer issues, because I only recently found out through my research about Stonewall is that being bi wasn't even accepted into the Stonewall and the LGBTQ plus. Oh shit, my nose is running, I'm afraid. It wasn't even recognised till 1994, and I was 23 then. I was an adult. So, you know, I've got a lots of catching up to do in terms of my own queerness, and I'd like to have conversations about that, and like how historically awful it was, and it's awful now, don't get me wrong, but I'd like to chat about what it was like for me growing up, and when I realised I was like, I didn't even know the words non-binary existed until like a few years ago, and it's still hard for me to talk about that because people of my age don't talk about it. Anyway, that I digress. But there are things that we've got in common. Okay, I'm not anti Jimmy Snow. You know, I'm not, and I'm sorry if all the negative comments I've put about you and said about you and things like that, and I'm really sorry. And I hope you're doing well. I can't wait to see more of the Sometimes show. I like Dear Mr. Atheist as well. In fact, I started watching you about 2 years ago, I think it was. And I was a big fan. I still am. I wish I had your personality on camera. Honestly, I do. I know it comes at cost though, because sometimes if someone's too exuberant in the public eye, it belies what they are like underneath, and so people get the wrong impression that you're arrogant and stuff. Because yes, it's happened to me as well. So, like you, I am quite sort of antisocial. I wanted to get a t-shirt that says I'm not antisocial, I'm autistic on it, but I think I'll probably get a lot of stares for that. Anyway, I'm not going to make any merch because like now my subs are going to dive, so there it is. Okay, well, Jimmy, if you are watching this, thanks for sticking with me. I'm going to stick with you, and we'll see how it goes, won't we? I wish you all the best. Bye.